Okay, let's go ahead and head over to the gym. Today is going to be a bit of a modified day because our chest is still pretty cooked from the last chest day that we had. So we're gonna have to take a break from it today. But that doesn't mean that we're not gonna work it out this week for a second time. So what I'm thinking is that tomorrow, because I do wake up super early, I know we have a work event, and I know I was telling you guys how I might not hit the gym, but I think I'm just gonna end up hitting the gym. I wake up at 7. I don't think there's any point to not hit the gym if I'm waking up super early and I'm gonna have a huge break in between. I think it only makes sense for me not to make excuses and just hit the gym just a tiny bit earlier. So tomorrow we're going to be doing some chest, back, and shoulder. So it's gonna be a bit of a stack day, but I think we can handle it. We've had those days before, and like I mentioned, don't be afraid to push some of those body groups to the next session if you need to, just in case they didn't recover on time, because that sometimes happens. So for today, what we are going to be doing is we're going to be doing some tricep work. So I'm thinking we're going to do tricep, maybe 7 sets. I think should be pretty good. Maybe 2 cross bodies, kind of like a primer, and then we'll move over to some push downs. Some heavy push downs should be pretty good. I think we're gonna end up doing it with just a regular straight bar, just because when we start messing around with the other bars, it gets a little bit tricky, and sometimes the wrist placement can sometimes, I don't know, it can sometimes cause a little bit of elbow pain, I almost want to say, for me when it comes to push downs. So I think we're just gonna be sticking to the usual bar that we typically use, and then finish that bad boy off with some overhead. And then I'm thinking after that we'll do some hamstrings. I'm thinking 5 sets. Last time, or this past hamstring day, the seated curls ended up feeling pretty good, so I'm thinking that maybe we just, sometimes you kind of use a machine and it feels good for a while, and then you try to get the same, but it's a little bit hard. It's a little bit hard, and you can't, it's, the machine won't always feel good, which is a little bit unfortunate to say. Sometimes you have to switch it up, just kind of depends on how you're feeling that day. And don't be afraid to switch it up. If, let's say, a specific press that you like, one day feels kind of weird, you're not getting like a good pump, a good contraction, don't be afraid to switch it for a different one just for that day, and then, or for that week, and then go back to it and see how it feels. But that's me going off on a tangent again too, because I completely forgot what my main topic was. I tend to do this pretty often. But we were talking about triceps and what we're going to be doing for hamstrings. Oh yeah, we're going to be doing hamstrings. So we're going to be doing some lane curls. Not lane curls, sorry, some seated curls. Last time we broke the lane curl machine, which was a little bit unfortunate. But this time around, we're going to do the seated ones. I think those should be pretty good. And then we're going to do some RDLs. I'm thinking either dumbbell work or the cables, worst case scenario. We are going on a Friday during, what time is it? It's almost 2 p.m. so it's not as busy. We're not really expecting that many people. Like I mentioned before, as we kind of go throughout the week, it starts to die down just a tiny bit at the gym, and not a lot of folks show up a little bit towards the end of the week. Now, we're not those folks. You guys aren't either. So I'm expecting you guys to be showing up for your scheduled sessions, because remember, and I'm gonna keep saying it, consistency is key. And then we're gonna be hitting some calves. Yesterday I completely forgot to do calves. We were doing the adduction machine, then after that we went straight into biceps and completely forgot about calves. So we're gonna be throwing some of those in there, and that's just gonna be the end of the session. Honestly, it's going to be a bit of a modified one. It's going to be pretty short. I'm not expecting it to take too long. I'm thinking we're going to stay around the same area for triceps, honestly, because we really only need 2 cable stacks if we really need it. And there's a bunch of cable stacks at the gym, so I think we'll be good to go once we get there. So today's going to be a bit of a shorter one. I'm thinking maybe we'll get off in like 45 minutes is what I'm hoping. I'm also going to be visiting Jasmine before she heads out to her second shift because she works a double shift this Fridays and Saturdays. So I'm going to be hanging out with her a little bit after the gym to say hello, and then we can hang out for a little bit. Okay. But I'm hoping that my pre doesn't start making me have a bunch of anxiety, because sometimes 15 minutes in I'm already feeling my heart pounding. But it seems like this specific pre-workout, I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5. I won't lie. It kind of feels like the one we typically use, which is the Mr. Hyde. I'll put it right here. This is the one we typically use. We're using before, and then we switched over to this one. Honestly, this one, I mean, it was good, but it was making me have crazy anxiety. And now we're using this NutriCost one that's a mango flavor that's hella good. And I'll post pictures here so you guys can take a look at them. And I'll also put the ratings just kind of based on what I've already tried and the taste and the feeling and everything. So that way you guys can see it. But so far, NutriCost is not too bad. NutriCost is also a little bit on the cheaper side, which is nice. So we got it on sale on Amazon. It got there the next morning. So that saved us a bunch of time and money as well, because it was on sale. We didn't have to pay full price. Typically, that's how I usually like to buy my pre-workout. I like to find it on sale, honestly. Man, the more I can save on money, I think is the best, because things are already costing hella, to the gym membership adds up. Man, the pre adds up, the creatine adds up, the vitamins you're taking, maybe some supplements like, I already mentioned creatine, for example, but like protein. I know some people take protein powders, protein drinks, protein bars, even just the food itself. So it can get pretty pricey. So I like to save some money where I can. And that's why I usually get stuff from Facebook Marketplace, because I find things for way cheaper and it's super nice. And honestly, I'm always prowling. If you see me on my phone at the gym, I'm honestly most likely looking at Facebook Marketplace trying to see what little good deals I can find for things that I need. So I maybe have a little bit of a problem, but I've been finding really good deals. I found this belt, which was nice. We're going to be using this one from now on. We tested it out yesterday and it was pretty good. It's a little bit of an off-brand one, a little bit on the cheaper side. Not as, I would say, quality as a Strength Shop purple one that we have, but it still offers a good bit of a stability. Until I can find a more branded one that's more quality, that's all black, until then we're going to switch. But for now, I think we're going to be sticking to this little bit of a cheaper one that we got off of someone. Okay, I'm hoping that we get access to that cable stack that we like to use. That's a little bit on the corner. We used it yesterday. It's one that I can kind of like mess around with the angles and everything and the height. So hopefully we get access to that. Cross your fingers. I will see you at the gym. Up next. As anticipated, there's not many folks at the gym right now, so let's do 2 warm-ups, and then we'll start off with our main set. Let's see how this feels first. Here's one up with 12. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. Okay. I think that's enough. I think we're just gonna go try it straight into our main set, which I think is gonna be, I don't know, man. Let's try 20. Hopefully I can get maybe a solid 5 to 6 on each hand. That's what I'm hoping for, but we'll see. All right, let's do it. We're gonna start with my left because that's the weaker hand. Let me make sure the thing's on me. There we go. There we go. One. Let's get something out right now. So it's exactly like that knot thing, you know? Yeah. Literally have a steel ball there. You can put them on any piece or any piece of metal. You can either come or whatever, and then automate it. Just no weight, nothing. All the power. You can up like this. Yeah. So I see a couple of videos in that outro. Something like that feeling crazy. If you don't have the that would be cool for certain things. There's also a lot of like auditor or yeah. Yeah. That was good. Let's take off the shirt. And I think we can do one more with the 20s. Because we're not starting off with chest. My energy levels are pretty high right now, so I think we can hit the 20s again for the same amount of reps. And now I'm thinking that we're going to stay here the entire time. So get comfortable. I'm actually going to go drink some water. I'll be right back. I'm back. Let's do the next one. I think I'm just going to do 2. I think that'll be pretty good. Hey. With 5. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to change the little lever on this thing because it kind of snapped on me. I don't want that to happen in a top set while we're squatting. So I think what I'm gonna do is interchange the strength shop one that we use and just put it onto this one. All right, let's get 6 on this hand. Have a good weekend. Hey, you too. Yes, sir. Go Patriots. Yeah, let's go. Okay. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I could have gotten maybe 1 or 2 more on my right, but I don't want this one to surpass my left. So we're gonna try to keep it around the same sets, same amount of reps for each hand, just to make sure they're even. Okay. I think that's enough. 2 primers should be good. Let's go grab a handle that I already see calling my name. I'll be right back. The only thing I would say about this specific handle here, although I do like it, not saying I don't, it's a little bit on the heavier side, so I have to take that into account. So whatever weight I'm using here, I'm doing just a little bit less just because of how heavy this thing is. So That's a little bit of the unfortunate part, but I think we're going to take into account that and just go a little bit heavier. I'm also hella sleepy. I don't know why. Let's switch the angle for you guys actually for this set. I think we're going to do 2 push downs and then 3 sets of the overheads. And I think that should be pretty good. I think because the bar's just a little bit heavier, let's do 265 and see how that goes. Hopefully I don't bust my ass, but you never know. Ooh, let's put some music actually. I'm raw dogging the workout. All right, we're gonna listen to this. Get us through this set. There we go. Okay. It drops it. Let's get maybe 3 to 4 more. Yeah, I for sure need to change the little belt buckle on this thing. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to use it. Nice. Okay. One more just like that. I think for this next one, we'll maybe do 60 or 57. I'll see. All right, let's give you guys a different view. We ended up dropping down to 57. See how that feels. I'm gonna try to put on the belt. We've been having some little technical difficulties where it keeps on latching, so worst case scenario, we just don't end up using it. I'll just take it off. But hopefully, we can get this motherfucker through. It just keeps popping off. It's playing. All right, come on. Wish me luck. See? Three. Okay. Let's move on to some overhead now. All right. Let's do our final exercise for triceps. We're gonna be doing this bad boy standing up, just because I'm a little bit lazy to go grab the bench and set up, and it's also way harder to grab the weight when it's super heavy and I'm sitting down. It's actually a little bit easier if I were to just kind of grab it this way and just kind of do it. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna be using these little bad boys right here. Give me a little bit more stability on my wrist. See how this goes. We're gonna do maybe a little bit past the stack, half the stack, and see how that goes, man. Maybe I'll do No, I think 60 should be pretty good just because the belt's a little bit weird and it might just snap off on us mid-set. So I want to be a little bit careful. You never know. We're going to such obituary. Shorty. Get us through this set. All right, wish me luck. Three. Oh, yeah, two more just like that. Okay. I think for our second set of these, we're gonna do some I think 57.5 should be pretty good. See how that goes. We're gonna end up using these little wraps again throughout the entire the next two sets. Just to make sure we don't get any wrist pain, because sometimes it likes to play around with us. Man, I am feeling super bloated again. And I think the root cause has been those nicks. I've been having them for breakfast. Don't judge me, but I think I just been the sugar alcohols probably haven't been digesting too well, and so I've been getting way too bloated during the gym. So I might take a little pause on those, even though I've been really into them. It's a little bit of the unfortunate part. Sometimes what we like, we can't have, or we have to take a break from it. So that's what we're gonna have to do. Okay, let's do this. Let's take this 57 for a ride. See how it goes. I should be able to get it just a solid 7-8. Is what I'm hoping. All right. Oh, nice. Oh, that almost good. Let's drop down on this last one. Let's get let's do 55, I think. We'll drop down to that. And then I see the hamstring curls behind us. We'll end up doing that up next. That's our last one now. What are we gonna do? I think we're gonna do 55.5. That should be pretty good for maybe a solid 6 or 7. That's what I'm hoping. That's it.
Find it.
Okay. Let's go do some hamstrings now. Just finished up a little bit of a warm up. I think I'm just gonna record the first 2 sets of these, but I'm gonna see it for 3. I think we're gonna start off with maybe 205. See how that goes. I think I ended up getting the setup back for this bad boy because last time we tried to do it, I messed up my hip a little bit. And man, it was giving me trouble for maybe like a week and a half. I mean, every time I was stretching and everything, I was feeling this little pain. And so it was just a little bit of the unfortunate part sometimes when you don't sit up properly, you start to use other muscle groups. But I think I got the hang of it. And so hopefully we don't have any issues today. I also wasn't a lazy ass and I actually did a bit of a warm up just to make sure I don't get hurt. All right, let's do this one. Let's go hard. We're gonna tie ourselves in a little bit more. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna take maybe like 20 seconds. Now what the fuck am I talking about? I need way more than 20 seconds. I'm gonna take maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, drink some water. And I think we're gonna hit it for 205 again. See how that goes. I'm gonna set up the seat a little bit different. Just to make sure I'm pretty secure on this thing, because I feel like I wasn't as secure. And I felt something on my hip, so we're just gonna adjust just a tiny bit. Like I mentioned, I think I'm just gonna record the first 2, sit here for 3, and then I'm thinking I'll record the RDS once we go over there. I'm thinking we might do the cable stack because the dumbbell section is it's pretty full on both sides, on this side and then on that side, on the heavier stack. So I think the cable it is for today. It should be fine. All right, I think we're gonna do 205 again. Shit seems only right. Maria does the seat. Let's all sit. I sit for maybe 2. I think that passes. All right. I'll see you guys for the next one. I'm gonna do this one for one more. And we're gonna go over to cables to do some RDLs. So the stack got on busy, so we're just gonna do it here. I'm gonna take off my shoes. I'm gonna use those little plates on the ground to give me just a little bit more of a lift on my toes. And it'll give me just a bigger stretch on the hamstrings. That's what we're looking for. All right. Let's do this. I'm trying to get at least a solid 10. Go for it. You never know. Never know. Okay. One more try back. Let's do our last one now. Take off my shoes. After this one, we're finally done. So I'll see you guys for the post on up next. Let's see how this one goes. Hopefully I can get at least a solid 7 to 8 is what I'm hoping for. Me on this one. Things are all fun and games today, but just wait till tomorrow. I have a stacked ass day. Okay. I'll see you guys for nothing actually. I'm gonna go post down. Okay. Okay, that's good. Let's see what kind of damage we do today. Like anticipated, I wasn't too busy at the gym, so we didn't have to wait for much. And it was also a bit of a lighter day. We did triceps and hamstrings. Tomorrow is gonna be a packed ass day because we have our stack gym session, which is gonna be chest, back and shoulders, and we're gonna go out of town for a something for work. So man, we're gonna be super busy. For sure gonna be getting in a bunch of steps because I'm gonna be going to an event outside of the city. But I ain't making excuses and I ain't gonna be showing up to the gym tomorrow. I'm just gonna be going much earlier than I usually go. So I think we'll be good. All right, enough talking. This is the time that we should do. Let's do one more front double bicep. Okay, let's get the backside now. I'll say hi to a friend in a bit. Let's see if he comes down. All right. I think one more back. Man, triceps have been looking pretty juicy. You want to see? Man, we did some crazy work today for triceps. Let's get one more back double bicep, and we'll go home. Or actually, not go home, but go visit Jess. Okay, let's go home. I will see you guys on Monday for some back, some shoulders, and some chest because you're going to get a bit of a stack day. For the folks that are new, I take Sundays off. And so today's video, I'm kind of a day ahead. So Saturday's video, which is tomorrow, you guys will be getting on Monday. And then we'll start off with Monday's work. I'll post it on Tuesday. That's usually what our schedule looks like. Anyways, I'll see you guys for the next video. Remember to stay consistent. Don't skip your cardio. All right. Hope you guys had a good weekend.